Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be basically a walkthrough of my everyday makeup routine. There might be a couple variations of products that I want to try today, but for the most part, this is what I would do on a regular basis. I had some questions in some previous videos of mine about my makeup and what I've been wearing, so it's time to do an updated everyday makeup routine. These patches from Topicals are so stuck to my skin right now. My skin is super dry, so it's probably just trying to get every last drop. That's like a little bit intense, honestly. I am so pale right now. I have not self-tanned in a really long time, you guys, because I am getting laser hair removal and you're not supposed to alter your skin color at all when you're doing that. And I could do it like immediately after my appointment, self-tan, and then scrub it off before my next one. My appointments are 5 weeks apart, but I've just been lazy and I have not been self-tanning. So we are doing a fair skin makeup tutorial today. I have nothing on my face, so I do need to moisturize. I'm just going in with the Bubble Water Slide Moisturizer. I'm gonna let you guys know that I have quite the story time in this video. Something tragic happened to me this week that I'm still recovering from. We'll get into it. I'm also just stressed because of the holiday madness right now. I've got almost all of my holiday shopping done. I have some last minute gifts I need to get, and I have not wrapped a single item. So I'm starting to panic a little bit. Normally I am on top of it. I'm not doing horrible, but Christmas is creeping up on me. I hold a lot of inflammation when I'm stressed out and when I have like extra water on me because I don't drink enough water for the coffee that I consume. So I feel really puffy. I don't like it, but we're gonna get past it and post the video anyways. For another layer of moisture, I'm gonna add some of the Ilia Base Face Milk. I love applying this stuff before makeup. My skin drinks it up. And in true fashion, I have somehow overplucked this eyebrow and it's much thinner than this eyebrow once again. So my first step today is going to be to even those out, but I have to let these moisturizers kind of soak in before I go in with my brow pencil. So this week, you guys, I managed to do something I've never done before and I would not wish this pain on anybody. I work at a gym. A lot of you guys know that. I work at a fitness center that is connected to a school, and so I do work with a lot of kids. The kids do have to be above a certain age to be in there, but I work with a lot of young teenagers and they often need to ask questions, which is totally fine, and sometimes they're goofing around and whatever. So I had a couple kids that I was trying to help out. They were doing box jumps. If you know, you know. That can be dangerous, especially with children, and they were doing it with their shoes untied. They were like flying over the box and whatever. So this was dumb on my part and I'm never gonna do it again, but I suggested maybe they put a shorter box jump like up against a wall. And if you know, you probably should not do a box jump up against a wall. I went to demonstrate said box jump, which I've never done against a wall for a reason. And I missed the jump. So I missed the jump and landed on both of my shins. This is the Precisely My Brow Detailer from Benefit, and if you twist it up too much, it breaks. So I twisted it up too much. But anyways, I landed on my shins and I was wearing leggings. Thankfully I had pants on. I wasn't wearing shorts, but my skin did come off and it got stuck to my leggings and I held it in. I held in my pain for about 20 minutes. Oh, this is just crumbling. This must be pretty old. So these kids were waiting to get picked up and I waited to express my pain for about 20 minutes. After that, the panic set in and I had to get ice from the nurse's office and I've basically been out of commission ever since. But I think we're on day 4 or day 5 away from the incident and I am slowly starting to get a little bit better. My shins are extremely swollen and I did bust the skin, so it's probably going to be quite the bruise. And obviously it was my full body weight coming down on a piece of metal, so you can imagine what that feels like. I keep telling everyone it feels like somebody hit me with a metal baseball bat, like a sharp metal baseball bat in the shin. Your shin is like one of the strongest bones in your body, so thank God for that. But I talked about it before, I walk every single day for my weight loss and now weight maintenance, and walking has not been easy. At the end of the day, I am fine, but it was quite embarrassing. I can't believe that I did that, but I learned a lesson. And, you know, thankfully it was me and not one of the kids, and now I can adjust my approach from this point forward with how I instruct anybody to do a box jump. If I ever instruct anyone to do that ever again, I am anti-box jump right now. I do have a soft one that I got for the gym, and that is probably what they should use, not the metal one. But they were jumping on the soft one and they were flying over the other side of it. So it is what it is. Thankfully, nobody else has gotten hurt. Okay, the brows are even. I just used the CoverGirl brow gel. Honestly, for someone with thick natural brows, that is the best brow gel that I have tried. So I'm just going to keep using that. Some of the high-end ones just don't even hold a flame to that. So that is my favorite. I'm going to go in with a old eyeshadow primer. I've just been using this. I'm using it up. It's a Smashbox one. Putting a little bit on each of my middle fingers, and I'm just going to swipe it over my eyelids and let it sit for a minute before we do my liquid shadow. I talk about these all the time. They are my favorite liquid eyeshadow formula. They're the Armani eye tints, and they must be super well loved amongst everyone because they are always sold out. When I look to restock on this shade, I'm going to be running out of this shade soon, and hopefully I can find it, but it's 22M, and if I'm not mistaken, that's the shade Cashew. It doesn't say on the actual bottle, but this is what I've been using pretty much every single day. I've talked about it many times. I just apply it to the eyelid. I don't go up into the crease. I just apply it all over the lid, and I go in with this brush is what I've been using typically. It's from What's Up Beauty. It's the R105. Any kind of fluffy white-haired blending brush, and I just tap it into the lid and then use the excess around the edge and blend. They have so many shades in these eye tints, you guys, and they have a sparkly shade that I think is super slept on. It is more glittery than almost any glitter eyeshadow in my collection. I do apply these first because I don't have a perfect application, and I like to make sure that my face makeup cleans everything up and just makes it all look nice and blended. And I think they have a deeper brown that I really want to try soon, but this one is just the perfect everyday shade for me. I'm gonna lightly curl my lashes with the Shiseido lash curler. This is a favorite. It really does not matter what mascara I use today because I'm gonna put some false lashes on, but I do want to get a nice coat on here. I'm just using Tartelette tubing. This has really been my go-to for years. And for lashes, these would work better if this was the first time applying them. They are self-adhesive lashes from Lily Lashes. I will leave the exact style down below because they are my favorite style. I don't remember the name off the top of my head, but I know I did a TikTok on them, so I'll find it and I'll link it down below. Honestly, that stuck. I don't think we're gonna have a problem. I don't know about you, but I am starting to panic a bit about the potential ban of TikTok. Obviously, I don't have the views that I used to have on YouTube anymore, but I do hope that, I guess if we're all in the same boat, we'll probably come back together, right? I don't know. And some of you guys have told me that you don't even have a TikTok, so I know that some of you will be here for the extra content that would come from me on this channel, so I just have to have faith. I'm sorry, but these lashes are perfect. I'm gonna have to pick up another pair because this has been my favorite half lash probably that I've ever tried, and the fact that you don't have to add any glue is crazy. I have another story time for you guys. This is gonna be more story time than makeup at this point, but I don't know if you guys can see that there is a ladybug crawling behind me, and I don't like killing bugs. I will transport them outside, but I also don't want to do that right now. I live in a 200-year-old farmhouse, so we have farms around us, and we always get ladybugs in the fall because they try to find somewhere warm to go, and it is kind of disgusting. I don't know, it might be disgusting to some people. I think it is kind of, especially if you think it's like a fly or something. I don't know. It's a ladybug. But anyways, I almost completely ruined a brand deal because there were ladybugs that I was unaware of flying around behind my head and crawling on my ceiling, and I ended up using AI to remove the bugs. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it is pissing me off. So I think I'm gonna relocate this guy. Moving on to face makeup, I've been kind of going back and forth between the LYS stick and the Dior foundation stick. Obviously the Dior is crazy expensive. This is only $25 and I like this. This is more of like a skin tint. So I'm gonna use the LYS today just for the sake of this video. I have been going for less coverage and more of a natural look. While you're applying this one, it kind of emphasizes your pores, but just while you're applying it. I don't know if you guys can see what I mean, but like as you drag the stick over your skin, you can see your pores. I'm gonna buff with a BK Beauty 106 brush. I'm pretty sure that BK Beauty is offering 30% off, if I'm not mistaken, and I have a discount code. I think it's Kendall 30, usually it's Kendall 10, and if you guys shop from YouTube, you'll get 30% off. So my number one recommendation from BK Beauty is the 106 brush. I use it every single day. There's a ton that I love. I really should do a whole video on it. You guys can ask me if you want to shop from them what my favorites are, but this is an absolute must-have. I feel like we're finally coming together. I have beaten a dead horse talking about this product from Makeup by Mario. This is the Skin Transforming Enhancer in the shade Light, and I go in with a duo fiber brush from ColourPop, swirl it in here. It's about time that I get my third one of these. I wish I would have picked one up during the sale. I don't know why I didn't. And normally I'm not the one to say that I am trying to make myself look tan. I'm not necessarily trying to make myself look tan, but I am trying to add some color and dimension back into my face because I am so pale. But do you see, it kind of just buffs away. It doesn't look muddy. It doesn't look like you've applied bronzer. That's another thing. The sides of my face are so uneven. Like I have uneven features and it's kind of frustrating, but I'm a chronic side sleeper, so I think that might be part of the reason. But since I hurt my legs, I have been forced to sleep on my back, and it's been interesting to say the least. I really have not been getting any sleep, but I do wonder if it's better for my face. That is that. Such a miracle worker. We are bronzed up. I really am always playing around with different blushes, so I cannot tell you that there's one I use every single day because there isn't. I just am always using different ones. So I'm gonna go for one that I have been reaching for a lot off camera and maybe not so much on camera for no particular reason. I like it. I just haven't shared it a lot. It's the Rhode Beauty Sleepy Girl blush. It's kind of a bronzer. It's really pretty. It's like a toasty color. I think they have a color that's called Toast or Toasted something. I don't know. I love this blush though, but I do have another one, like a bright coral, that I never reach for, and maybe it's just because it's more of a summery shade. But it makes me hesitant, like, do I want to get another toasty color if I'm not using the coral one? That probably doesn't even make any sense, but that's how my mind works. You know what my dream collab would be for next year? It probably would not happen because I don't ever show my body, but I'm finally feeling more confident in my body because of my weight loss and everything. I want to get in touch with Skims. I don't normally announce my goals, but I'm just gonna put it out there. Someday I would like to either work with Skims or get Skims in PR because I really enjoy it. I buy it all the time. I just need to get over the whole body insecurity thing and like show my body more online maybe, and then maybe we can make it happen. I don't always use concealer, and today is kind of one of the days that I maybe wouldn't, just because I feel like my complexion looks pretty good and I don't mind my eyes looking a little dark, but I'm gonna show you anyways because this is my favorite concealer ever, and this does brighten up my features when I wear it. So this is Huda Beauty Cotton Candy of the Faux Filter, what's it called? Faux Filter, yeah, Faux Filter, why can't I talk? Faux Filter Luminous Matte Concealer, and I do put it like down my nose, my upper lip, my chin. I don't necessarily like have a lot of like upper lip hair. I get rid of it if any grows in, but I do for some reason have some darkness there sometimes, and I don't know if it's because it gets more sun or if it's hormonal, but I do like to put a little bit of bright concealer on my lip. I would say sometimes it's probably worse than others too, and I probably don't have perfect hormones if I'm being honest because I have had crazy whacked out periods, so It could definitely be hormonal, but please, one of my least favorite things about being online is unsolicited medical advice. I don't want it, you guys. Please don't give it to me. I get regular healthcare and I'm good. People have loved to say that I have like a thyroid problem because my neck looks a certain way on camera. You guys, I cannot tell you how many comments I used to get about that, being that I got more views than I do now. I obviously have very shadowy lighting in here, and I am built like a Clydesdale. Like, I have a lot of muscle on my body, including in my neck. It's not, to my knowledge, a thyroid problem. I've had plenty of blood work done. I just have, I don't know, I have a muscly neck or something. I don't know, but it's one of the most annoying things ever, and it makes me feel like I'm doing something wrong, and I'm not doing something wrong, so please let it go. Going back in with that Armani eye tint, I'm putting a little bit on the back of my hand. I'm going in with the same brush and kind of picking it all up and buffing it around, and I apply a lot of shadow under my eyes. I just like the way it looks. I feel like it makes my eyes look bigger. It covers up my under eye wrinkles, and yeah, I don't know. You could probably do this with bronzer too, and it would look just as good. Today for powder, I'm gonna go in with Cupcake by Huda Beauty, picking it up with one of my Kristen Dominique Sigma brushes. Again, this is one of my most used makeup brushes. I do get a lot of questions on it. I think this is only available in the actual brush set. I don't think it's sold separately. Kind of wish it was, because I don't want to buy the whole set again just for another one of these, but I would like to have another one because I don't like a big fat powder brush. I like a more precise powder brush, and that's exactly what this is. For my bottom lashes, I'm going in with a Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Push-Up Lashes in the shade Dream Pop, which is like a berry brown type of shade, and I am barely hitting my lashes. The soft color of this is everything. My best friend is texting me about this situation on TikTok right now where an influencer bought angel tree donations, which I did that last year, and she couldn't afford them or something and went back and took them back from the Salvation Army and returned them. And it's just, it gives influencers a bad name. Like, they already have a bad name, but that is like completely out of pocket. Like, what is that? This step also changes all the time. I've been wearing e.l.f. lip liner, Huda Beauty, and One Size, and kind of rotating between them. So today I'm gonna go in with One Size because it's very long lasting. It's the shade Make It Known. It's a perfect pink for me. Okay, going in on my bottom lip. That's looking really pink today, but it's fine. Smudging to my top. Okay, so my lips are a little uneven now that all of my filler is pretty much gone. So lip liner kind of helps me even them back out. The two products I've been going in for the most on a daily basis, like, we're not talking holiday. I have a whole separate holiday look that I've been reaching for, but for like basic everyday, I've either been going in with Kaja Fig Smoothie, which is this gloss I'm going to use today, or the Summer Fridays Iced Coffee, but that is in my car and I use it as like touch-ups all the time. I'm going to need the full size. I only have the mini. That honestly might be my favorite Summer Fridays lip balm that I've ever used, but this is like ultra glassy, the perfect color. It goes with the brown vibes perfectly. I don't think you guys can even tell how glossy that is. Okay, I have one more story time while I do my bronzer. This is my YSL bronzer, All Hours Hyper Bronze, and I think this is in the shade 02. I'm just gonna tap over my cheekbone area with a little bit of this to add a little bit more definition. Right up here in like the sideburn area, and I don't know, I don't even know how to approach this story time, but you know what happened, I'm just gonna say it, if you know, you know. You know what happened with the CEO of that company and the guy's name who did it? I went to school with somebody named the same name, and they were from Brazil, not the same last name, same first name, and it just brought up a memory, like a core memory. A lot of memories have been coming up with my weight loss journey, which I think is a whole topic in itself. But anyways, I was like thicker in high school, like I probably the same as I am right now, and I hated it growing up because I was so self-conscious about like my thighs and everything. I grew up in a different era. I grew up in the low rise, like people calling Britney Spears and Jessica Simpson fat like phase, and so I felt so self-conscious about like my body in high school and everything. And this guy, I remember distinctly, came up to me and was like complimenting me on my butt and said like I have a huge butt, and was like, which I don't think I do, but he was like, we Brazilians love huge butts. You have like an amazing butt. And I was so offended. I was so incredibly offended at the time. And I think back on that now and I'm like, damn, I know more about like Brazil and butts, and that was a compliment. Inappropriate at the time, but that was a compliment, and I wish I could thank him now. Has nothing to do with what happened at all, but my mind connected those dots. This video is a bit much for me today. I'm a yapper. I would normally set my face with one size, I'm just letting you know, but one size is about 5 feet in that direction, and I don't feel like moving with the way that my shins feel right now. So I have one within arm's reach, and it is Milani Make It Last, so that's what we're using today. My shins are starting to hurt me right now because I have not elevated or iced in probably 24 hours, which is totally my fault, but that is the next step. That is something I need to do when I'm done here. Time is getting away from me and I do actually have to go to work after this, but that is the gist of my daily makeup routine. Obviously things change here and there. Like I will add glitter to my lids, I will add a pink blush, a highlighter. I've been doing a lot of pink blush and highlighter recently, but this is like the baseline that I will reach for all the time. And this is my feel good makeup. So I just wanted to share this with you guys who were asking and just sit down and kind of share a couple things with you guys. Honestly, I have more story times that I could do. So if you like me giving you little tidbits about my life, I will do that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. It's very impromptu once again for me, but I love sitting down and yapping, and I do want to post more over here, and I think I am going to need to post more over here. So please subscribe to my channel if you have not already. Hopefully you don't mind how all over the place this might have been and how long it might have been. I don't know. I won't know until I edit it, but thank you for watching and hanging out with me. I hope you're having an amazing holiday season, and hopefully I see you very soon in my next video. Bye guys.